Welcome to another video. Knowledge Builder. In today's video we'll talk about digitalization in Pakistan, a very important and relevant real-life activity that should be implemented and adopted by Pakistan. Before going further, it's a request to please subscribe to the channel and share with your relatives, friends and family members to become erudite learners. Digitalization is the use of digital technologies to change a business model and provide new revenue and value-producing opportunities. It is the process of moving to a digital business. Hence, digitalization is already transforming all transport and logistics segments in Pakistan. And it is expected to be the most impactful trend over the coming years, reshaping entire businesses. Digitalization solutions influence business processes and models, and their application is driven by consumer behavior, the availability of technology and tangible business opportunities. Consumers, and particularly Generation C, are already fully adapted to the digital environment. They naturally expect to be always connected, and they are increasingly willing to share their data. Digital technology continues to expand its influence. The infrastructure backbone of the digital world now brings affordable broadband to billions of consumers. The economic benefits to be captured through digitization are real. A wave of capital has poured into the new digitalization technologies and companies, and the public markets reward early innovators with unprecedented valuations. Pakistan's digitalization framework assumes 58% of the T&L heads in our 2018 CEO survey understanding client and end-user needs, as well as industry changes, and applying lean startup and growth hacking approaches to prototype growth solutions. Redesigning existing and developing new services, products and business models, including mobile solutions, business architecture, digitized functions, managerial, transactional, back-end and core T&L processes. Developing base digital capabilities in the areas of innovation, management, data, system interactions, digital talent, digital culture, partner networks, digital tools and resources. Pakistan's vision about digitalization, major goals. For a nation to progress, it must have a clear idea of its longer-term aspirations. Without this clarity, it will neither be able to prepare a coherent roadmap for action, nor adopt and implement the policies that would lead towards the objectives. A national vision is meant to provide clarity to our shared vision of the future. Indeed, Pakistan was founded on such a vision, the Pakistani dream, a vision of a prosperous, equitable, tolerant, and dynamic society. Plans succeed when they manifest the aspirations of a nation, empower the citizens, and especially the private sector, to play their respective roles, provide equal equitable opportunities to all, and assign a very well-defined role to government as a supporter, facilitator, regulator, and performance-driven service provider. Pakistan Vision 2025 is designed to represent an inspirational destination. It will serve as a critical guidepost for the development of an effective strategy and roadmap to reach our national goals and aspirations. It is not meant to represent the resultant strategy and program itself. The vision will be realized through strategies and programs defined in associated 5-year and annual plans. Pakistan today faces formidable social, economic, security and governance challenges. Many nations have faced similar challenges in history and successfully turned them into opportunities through sound economic planning, good governance and consistency in policy implementation. We believe that, once effectively addressed, our challenges likewise offer unprecedented opportunities for transformational progress. As we pass through an era of unprecedented change and complexity, it is imperative that we refresh our framework for national development. A renewed commitment to the founding vision is needed, both to address the current challenges and set out realistic and ambitious targets for the future, including ensuring that Pakistan succeeds in achieving the following goals. 1. Proposed Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, of zero poverty and hunger. 2. Universal access to health services. 3. Provision of education and modern energy services. 4. Clean water and sanitation. 5. Join the League of Upper Middle Income Countries by 2025. Our ultimate aspiration is to see Pakistan among the 10 largest economies of the world by 2047, the centennial year of our independence. Pakistan is currently facing extremely serious challenges on various fronts, internal and external security threats. These include the combination of low growth and high inflation, which is one of the major factors leading to the perpetuation of poverty and unemployment. 1. Energy shortages have posed great problems to the citizens as well as businesses and agriculture. 2. Social indicators reflect serious deficiencies in education, health, and population, gender equity and social services. 3. The law and order situation in the country poses a critical threat to internal security, as well as the economy. 4. The decade-long struggle against terrorism and extremism continues to impose immense social, economic, and human costs. Now Knowledge Builder will tell you about Pakistan rapidly decoding digitalization. The scope of information technology or digitization continues to be discussed in a rather limited manner in mainstream discourse. Reducing it to apps, online portals, startups or software houses is a costly injustice. The absence of a broad, comprehensive definition has prevented the development of an overarching, long-term vision for sustainable change. The parochial view has instead allowed policymakers to pat themselves on the back for small, isolated projects and give an elusive impression of real progress. For example, in the past several years, flashy schemes involving distribution of laptops in colleges or grants to startups have popped up in various parts of the country. In the moment, they are deemed praiseworthy. It's understandable why that's the case though, given the sheer dearth of resources. Any small initiative that solves a problem temporarily for a few people is a welcome change. However, we now have evidence that such disparate schemes do not contribute to any meaningful, sustainable change. Distribution of grants and creation of fancy incubation spaces by a debt-ridden government for entrepreneurs won't help grow the startup ecosystem unless it is accompanied by bold reforms by the State Bank, the Securities and Exchange Commission of Pakistan, and the Federal Board of Revenue. Investors must be able to repatriate their funds. Entrepreneurs should neither have to spend 3 months setting up a company and getting it registered, nor an additional few months trying to open a corporate bank account and setting up payroll. The distribution of laptops and internet dongles to students, while noble, does not solve the core problem around access. Making access to the internet, both devices and data, more affordable can have a multiplier effect on connectivity, which has been globally proven to be the single biggest democratizing force. Therefore, instead of implementing short-lived plans that momentarily check off buzzwords associated with information technology and make for splashy headlines, we need to decide where we want to see ourselves a decade down the line, and then define precise targets that will help us reach that dream in stages. The process begins with expanding the scope of it, and this is an exercise we conducted in the early stages of the Digital Pakistan initiative. Broadly speaking, 5 streams need to be running in parallel and complementing each other. 1. Access and connectivity. 2. Digital infrastructure, which is the most underrated. 3. E-governance. 4. Digital skills and literacy. And 5. Innovation and entrepreneurship. We need crystal clear short, medium and long-term key performance indicators for each stream, and, most importantly, we need to ensure that the relevant stakeholders take ownership so that they can be held accountable against those goals. Clear ownership and accountability. Both intuitively and officially on paper, it is very clear who has the capacity for and the responsibility to lead the charge of delivering a healthy digital ecosystem: the Ministry of Information Technology and Telecommunications, MOIT. Currently, however, this easily discernible ownership has become needlessly murky in 2 aspects. The first aspect is that there are parallel structures in the form of divisions or advisors that sit outside of the MOIT. The government can bring in the most competent advisors and task forces in the world, but they simply won't be able to deliver if their vision is not backed by the relevant bureaucratic machinery and meaningful legal authority. Any new policy or reform is implemented by the government through its rules of business. The entity that has the ability to leverage these rules is the relevant ministry, and there are no 2 ways about it. The second aspect is that there are a variety of sub-bodies under the MOIT or provincial governments that are working in silos. 1. There are bodies like the National Information Technology Board, Ignite and Universal Service Fund, but between severe resource constraints, delayed decision-making and, in some cases, lack of leadership, they continue to be hamstrung. 2. The existence of the KP Information Technology Board and Punjab Information Technology Board, and the lack of equivalent bodies in other federating units, is confusing because they seem to be duplicating some of the work that also seems to be happening at the federal level. 3. The role of the Pakistan Telecommunication Authority as a regulator is crucial, but it needs to have the ability to operate independently with a clear vision on how to reform the sector. Strong digital identity and infrastructure. A critical piece of any type of digital transformation is digital identity, which is why it's unsettling that our mainstream discourse and understanding of the subject hardly ever brings up NADRA. Success in bringing about reform in any sector depends a lot on your ability to leverage digital identity. This is true for land, education, health, tax, you name it. Are you giving out benefits to the right people? Are you vaccinating the right people? Are you collecting tax from the right people? The list goes on and on. While it appears simple to talk about leveraging NADRA, it's important to understand exactly what digital infrastructure is. After evaluating case studies from around the world, we believed that in Pakistan we needed to invest in 5 interconnected areas that can drive true digital transformation. 1. Digital identity, a universal biometric digital identity, in line with intergovernmental standards. 2. Digital data, a digital repository of personal data and records for every citizen in business, including domicile, property, employment, education, health, taxes, etc. 3. Digital signatures. Digital signatures, like wet signatures, that allow digital sign-off on documents. The citizen or business is in control of who can access their personal data. 4. Digital payments, a real-time, low-cost digital payment system that facilitates faster, cheaper and easier commerce between citizens, businesses, and the government. 5. Digital services, infrastructure that allows each citizen and business to approve sharing their data with government and private sector systems to receive a variety of personalized seamless services, egg grants, loans, insurance, taxes, voting, etc. Right people for the right role. We need the right people for the right job, not just at NADRA, but any institution that's meant to play a crucial role in our digital journey. We need people who are doers and want to get stuff done, people who don't bring politics into delivery and don't chase clout. It's unfair and unrealistic to expect any government body, new or old, to deliver without the right resources. We have seen time and again across various sectors of government that it's next to impossible to bring on board, or at least sustain, the right people. The long-winded and archaic processes and absurd caps on compensation ensure that those relationships never work out. It is critical to understand that the wrong person leading an organization with money at their disposal is more dangerous than not having a leader. We need to champion both meritocracy and open-mindedness in our approach to human resourcing to make a real dent in any sector. Information technology is no exception. In fact, considering that it's a particularly specialized field with constant innovation across the globe, excellent human resource is perhaps all the more important in this industry. Last topic of our video is on how to make digital Pakistan work. There is no faster way to accelerate economic growth than going for holistic digitization of the economy. Given that 65% of the country's population is between the ages of 15 and 40, and that our year-on-year internet adoption rate is 23%, an opportunity exists to convert our population time bomb into a lever for equitable growth across different income segments. The country's mantra should be broadband for all. Access to the internet must be treated as a fundamental right. But without an enabling environment and leadership from the government, any forward movement will obviously be difficult. Countries that have succeeded in walking the talk have done so by creating policy frameworks and executing these policies. The digital economy of any country is based on 5 pillars: connectivity, digital identity, digital lifestyle, digital commerce and digital policies. The connectivity pillar covers access, pricing of the handset as well as voice and data usage, speed, and coverage. Currently Pakistan has roughly 90 smartphone users. This is great news as more people can use digital content, thus reducing the need for expensive PC and tablets. Developing Pakistan stacks will allow each citizen to have their own electronic locker, where their CNIC, birth certificate, academic records will be available. As for the speed of connectivity, Pakistan fares well compared to regional peers. GSM coverage is also not a major obstacle as 75% of the country is covered. Pakistan was light years ahead of its regional peers as far as basic identity was concerned. The National Database Registration Authority, NADRA, provided real-time picture name verification and later added biometric verification as well. Notwithstanding the price NADRA charges for this service, having 100 million people in its digital database is a huge benefit for any country with digital ambitions. Unfortunately, regional countries have surpassed us on this front now. We need to develop Pakistan stacks. This will allow each citizen to have their own electronic locker where, along with the CNIC number, their birth certificate, educational degrees and subsequent medical records will be available electronically. Imagine the productivity gains it will generate, all identification through one unique identifier, the CNIC, available in real time. This will also result in reduced fraud and assist in better know your customer identification. The digital lifestyle of a country will eventually drive the level of digital acceptability. Prior to the advent of COVID-19, digital interaction was largely concentrated in e-commerce purchases, payments and the rides economy. The quarantine requirement forced the hand of the willing and unwilling digital participants. Schools were shut down, doctors were not available for consultations, and restaurants could only provide takeaways. No country has been able to accelerate, let alone achieve digital growth without an enabling environment in person to government and government to person payments being digitized. A look at the Ministry of Information and Technology as well as the Digital Pakistan Initiative reveals well-articulated ambitions and policies. But a reality check shows little or no progress, except for financial transactions under the State Bank of Pakistan's preview. Charity begins at home. The government must start practicing what it preaches. Knowledge Builder will continue to bring insightful videos. Please subscribe to the channel.